The North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance agent promised to fly from Mercy to the other side of Lake Superior at 3 o'clock. 2 days before the event was to take place, he tacked a note on the door of his little yellow house. At 3 p.m. on Wednesday, the 18th of February, 1931, I will take off from Mercy and fly away on my own wings. Please forgive me. I loved you all. Signed, Robert Smith, INT's agent. Mr. Smith didn't draw as big a crowd as Lindbergh had 4 years earlier. Not more than 40 or 50 people showed up, because it was already 11 o'clock in the morning on the very Wednesday he had chosen for his flight before anybody read the note. At the time of day, during the middle of the week, word-of-mouth news just lumbered along. Children were in school, men were at work, and most of the women were fastening their corsets and getting ready to go see what tales or entrails the butcher might be giving away.
Only the unemployed and self-employed and the very young were available, deliberately available because they'd heard about it, or accidentally available because they happened to be walking at the exact moment in the short end of the not Dr. Street, a name the post office did not recognize. Town maps registered the street as Mains Avenue, but the only colored doctor in the city had lived and died on that street, and when he moved there in 1896, his patients took to calling the street, which none of them lived in or near, Dr. Street. Later, when other Negroes moved there, and when the postal service became a popular means of transferring messages among them, envelopes from Louisiana, Virginia, Alabama, and Georgia began to arrive addressing people at the house numbers on Dr. Street. The post office workers would return those envelopes or pass them onto the dead letter office. Then, in 1918, when colored men were being drafted, a few gave their addresses at the recruitment office as the Dr. Street. In that way, the name acquired as quasi-official status. But not for long, some of the city legislators who were concerned for appropriate names and the maintenance of the city's landmarks was the principal part of their political life, saw to that Dr. Street was never used in any official capacity, and since they knew that only South Side residents kept it up, they had notices posted in the stores, barbershops, and restaurants in the part of the city saying that the avenue running northerly and southerly from the Shore Road, fronting the lake to the junction of Routes 6 and 2, leading to Pennsylvania, and also running parallel to and between Rutherford Avenue and Broadway, had always been and would always be known as Mains Avenue and not Dr. Street. It was genuinely clarifying public notice because it gave Southside residents a way to keep their memories alive and please the city legislators as well. They called it not Dr. Street and were inclined to call it clearly also at its northern end No Mercy Hospital since it was 1931. On the day following, Mr. Smith sleeps from its cupola before the first colored expectant mother was allowed to give birth inside its wards and not on its steps. That is so
The reason for the hospital's generosity to that particular woman was not the fact that she was the only child of this. Can I say that?
So, yeah, you're actually black.
Nico. For during his entire professional life, he had never been granted hospital privileges, and only 2 of his patients were ever admitted to Mercy both ways. Besides, the doctor had been dead a long time. By 1931, it must have been Mr. Smith's sleep from the roof over their heads that made them admit her. In any case, whether or not the little insurance agent's conviction that he could fly contributed to the place of her delivery, it certainly contributed to its time. When the dead doctor's daughter saw Mr. Smith emerge as promptly as he had promised from behind the cupola,